Got a pretty good treat for you today. This 462 Model Power.
Now you're playing with power.
If the box is any indication, this is looking pretty snazzy right there. Looks cool. I wish I could draw that good. But yeah, we'll open it up, see what we got. So inside comes this fancy sunglasses case. I haven't seen any other models with this type of setup, but I guess that's cool. You can carry it around should you want to. You open it up, it's a bunch of paperwork, this and that, all kinds of stuff about what to do if it breaks down, warranty, which I don't know if that means this is prone to breaking down a lot, but there you go. Inside you can see, there it is, nice and neat. Looks good in the case. So let me take it out and get a better view. So here it is. Looks fantastic, as you can see. Yeah, lots of great detail here. Can't really complain about the look of the thing. It looks like a train, that's for sure. We'll get it out on the track here, let you see how it moves. What's it look like in motion? Alright, got it all loaded up on the track. Nice long train for this demo here. We'll start it up and you'll see how it works. Here it comes through that tunnel there. Looks great on the track. Lots of wheel action. As for the look of it, as I've said, it's awesome. It looks like a train. That's what you want. This is one of the more realistic ones I think I have. This is also my first Model Power one, I think. So I'm not too familiar with this brand, if every one of theirs looks this good. But I can tell you, I mean, like I said, you're looking at it. It's really, really well done. Lots of detail. Lots of effort and time, I would think, putting into one of these, because there ain't too many out there that look this great. So with that said, obviously, it's going to be a 10 on my scale. I don't know what you guys think, but it looks absolutely awesome. So kudos to the good people at Model Power USA for designing this bad boy. For the materials, it feels really solid. It's as good as it looks. You could tell they did a good job on this die-cast frame. There's some good weight to it. Really, really heavy. Probably one of the higher weight to size ratios that I have. And you can see lots of fine details up and in the wheels. Lots of piping, which makes it look cool. And it's really solid, like nothing's cheap. Up and in here, everything, whoop, everything is, it didn't break, so yeah. Great on the engine. However, once you get to the tender here, it feels a little cheap. I think this top part and all that is all made out of plastic. Would have liked to see this as metal, same die-cast shell that this one has. You can just listen to the tapping. Not that you tap your trains all that often, but you can tell that this is just cheapo plastic. But even then, it's kind of more high-end plastic than your cheaper plastic. But there is still some good weight to it, which helps, because I think even The underneath its powered pickup is taken from back there as well. So overall, materials used, I'm going to give it a 10, just because this is one of the finer feeling engines that I have. Now with that said, it's also made in Korea for Model Power USA, which obviously they outsourced this. I've heard the brand Model Power USA lots of times, and being this is a model train engine, an American model train engine, you don't really get much more American than what you're looking at right there. I kind of assumed it would have been, you know, gung-ho, hurrah, hurrah, patriotic, let's make everything in the US of A. But no, they apparently make things in Korea, which I wouldn't have thought from what I've heard. Still a 10 though. Those Koreans know how to make a model train. And I like to think this is in North Korea. It doesn't specify, but I'd like to think this is an American North Korean model train. Now, as far as uniqueness goes, I'm kind of torn because even though it looks good, it does look like every stereotypical train out there. This was under every kid's Christmas tree in the 50s. So there's not too much difference in terms of, you know, how it looks, because like I said, it looks like your stereotypical train. So with that said, on a uniqueness scale, I'm going to give it a 5, just because, again, it's not exactly different in its own right, but what's special about it is, I guess, the materials and the look of it, of how detailed it actually is. As far as noise level is concerned, you could probably tell already, this thing's a vacuum cleaner. Very, very loud. Kind of disappointed in that because I like a nice quiet train, especially since I have it going around my living room. I like to run them when I'm watching movies or something. And at high speeds, as you can hear, it really starts to whine and scream and screech. So the noise factor, a little disappointing there. Actually really disappointing because it is quite loud, as you can tell. So with that said, I'm going to give it a 3. It's not at the neighborhood disturbing level, but there is a fine screech you can tell in between. As for the power requirement here, I'm giving it a 5. It seems to be right in the middle. It doesn't take off right away, but it also doesn't take off at the end. Somewhat in the middle there, so it's getting a 5. With that said, though, the pull strength seems to be pretty strong. I guess that's what you get with an extremely loud motor. Or at least I would hope you would. So pretty happy about that. I'm giving it a 7 on the scale, because it does seem to have some strength behind it once you get going there. For the slow crawl, I think it looks great. Can get a little bit jerky at times, but overall, I think it looks fairly smooth. So with that said, it's gonna be a 7 on my scale. Not too bad. As far as derailment's concerned, it's got some real nice thick wheels all throughout, so that's what I like to see. A nice big lip so this thing isn't prone to derailment. I would say it's not at all. However, part of this rating is also how well and how fast you can get it back on the track. And since this is a pretty big steam engine with all these little parts, or all these little wheels, it can take some time to get used to get it back on. So with that said, it's going to be an 8 on this scale. As far as problems go, I haven't really had any. Haven't had this too long, but no problems really to report since I've been using it. However, the tender doesn't seem to be connected to the train at all, and I can't for the life of me get it to do so. What's holding it together are the wires running between the two, which I'm not sure how good that is, so I don't really want to run it with too many cars. But you'll see the little loop there is intact. However, the stick that it attaches to on the engine side, I don't know if it's broken or what, but every time I put it on, the wires just push it right off and back. So very, very difficult, if not impossible, to actually connect the two. So I don't know if this is a defect or not with this particular one, or if that's by design. I can't imagine it is. But maybe that's why the guy was getting rid of it to begin with. But really, that's been the only problem that I could really say. However, if you look back at the warranty, it says, oh, by the way, if you have an HO scale, you have a lifetime warranty, but oh, nope, you're screwed if you get the N scale, which is what I have. You only get the 1-year warranty. Again, I don't know if that means that this thing is prone to breaking all the time, but I found that a little odd. So as far as price to value, I paid $58 for this, all said and done. I think it's pretty good, a pretty good price for what you get. I've seen these go for higher, a lot higher. Got it on an eBay auction. I think I did well. Disappointed in the noise, obviously, and the whatever's going on with the tender thing. For a minute not being connected all the way. But I think it looks great. Definitely one of the best ones I have from a looks perspective. And so price to value, I'm giving a 7 on the scale. Just because, again, I think I did good. Even if it's just meant to stick in the display case and not really run it all the time, since it is so loud. I think it's worth it in the end because it does look super, 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 super cool. So there you are. Add it all up, gives it a nice round score of 70. Not too bad. That's actually pretty good for that kind of scoring overall. So what do you guys think? If you got the same model, let me know. If you don't have this model, based on the video, what do you think? Does it seem like I scored it correctly? More to come. We'll chat soon.